Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got some 1978 New York Yankees baseball, and let's take a look at Yankees starting lineup on May 15th, 1978, playing a game in Chicago against the White Sox. Leading off, playing second base, Willie Randolph. Batting second, playing left field, Roy White. Batting third on the catching, Thurman Munson. Batting fourth, playing right field, Reggie Jackson. Batting fifth, doing the DH is Lou Piniella. Batting sixth, playing first base, Chris Chambliss. Batting seventh, playing third base, Greg Nettles. Batting eighth, playing center field, Paul Blair. Batting ninth, playing shortstop, Bucky Dent. And on pitching for the New York Yankees, Jim Beattie. Let's take a look at the hometown Chicago White Sox starting lineup. We got leading off, playing left field is
Molinaro.
Bob Marinardo. Batting second, playing shortstop, Don Kessler. Batting third, playing second base, Juan Orte. Batting fourth, playing right field, Bobby Bonds. Batting fifth, doing the DH, Ron Bloomberg. Batting sixth, playing first base is Lamar Johnson. Batting seventh, playing center field is Chet Lemon. Batting eighth, playing third base
Bill
is
Nahorodny.
Eric Soderholm. And batting ninth, on the catching, Bill Nahorodny. And on the mound, pitching for the White Sox is Rich Worthman. Let's get down here to Chicago and get this game started, folks. As Aaron Reed joins us here today. And let's make a little adjustment here before we even get started. Move these guys around the infield a little bit. Pretty sure it's the first time we played here at Comiskey. Okay, here. Move the first baseman. He's about right. The second baseman over here a little bit. Shortstop over here. Outfield looks pretty good. Now we'll get back to the game. Sorry about that. Take care of a little housekeeping here. All right, leading off for the Yankees is going to be Willie Randolph. And Willie's batting .302 on the year. He's got one homer and 11 RBIs. This is Rich Worthman's third appearance. He's 0-1 with a 4.97 ERA. Here's the pitch to Willie. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Johnson at first. He'll take it himself, step on the bag. That'll be out number one. Roy White comes up to the plate now. And White's batting .254. He's got 2 homers and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And that'll be 2 up and 2 down here for the Yankees. Can the captain come through here? Thurman Munson. He is batting .296, 3 homers, 19 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this, drives that ball in the right field. Bonds will get over, cuts it off. He'll hold Munson to a 2-out single. Now we got Reggie Jackson up, and as you can see, the Yankees and Chicago's records. The Yankees are 21-8. They have scored 158 runs, hit 55 homers, stolen 19 bases, been caught 6 times. And the White Sox are 15-12, scored 100 runs, hit 27 homers, stolen 18 bases, and been caught 11 times. Here's the pitch to Reggie with a runner down at first. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Lemon in center field. That'll end the inning. The Yankees strand one. We go to the bottom of the first. Yankees nothing. Chicago coming up. Bobby Marinello is batting .238. He's got a homer and 6 RBIs going up against Jim Beattie. This is Beattie's fourth start of the year. He's 1-1 with a 3.1 ERA. And here's the pitch to Bob. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Nettles. He'll fire over to Chambliss for out number 1. Don Kessinger's up now. And Kessinger's batting .239. No homers and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Willie. And that'll be out number 2. So quick 2 outs here for the Yankees in the bottom of the first. Jorge Orte batting .327, 8 homers and 22 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Jim strikes him out in the inning. And we get to the top of the second. No score. We got Piniella, Chambliss, and Nettles due up here in the second. Lou's batting .338, 2 homers, and 13 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. That'll be out number 1. Chris Chambliss grabs a bat and comes to the plate. Chambliss batting .292, 2 homers, and 16 RBIs. And Chris gets a hold of this, drives it in the right field. And again, Bonds gets over, cuts it off. Holds Chris to a 1-out single. And you got Chambliss down at first for Greg Nettles. Nettles hitting .269, 6 homers, 19 RBIs. And that's going to be hit down the short. And that's going to be a throwing error. And Chambliss is going to get the whole way down the third. Nettles is going to be safe at first. So that's going to be an E6. And we got first and third now, and still only 1 out for Paul Blair here. Falsely error by Kessinger. And Blair, this is his 5th at bat. He's 0 for 4 in the year. Can he deliver a base hit here and score Chambliss? And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. The question is, will the White Sox turn 2 playing back? And yes, they will. So that's the old 4-6-3 double play. That'll end the inning. The Yankees strand 1. We go to the bottom of the second. Error doesn't cost the White Sox. You got Bonds, Bloomberg, and Johnson due up here. Bonds is batting .322, 3 homers, and 13 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. That's back-to-back strikeouts for Beattie. Bloomberg steps up to the plate now. Batting .222, no homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Bucky at short. Quick 2 outs here in the second. And Johnson steps up. Batting .248, no homers and 6 RBIs. And another ground ball down to Bucky and another out. White Sox go down in order. To the top of the third we go. We got Dent, and then back to the top of the order, and Randolph and White. Bucky batting .274, a homer and 12 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Chet Lemon for out number 1. And now it brings up Willie Randolph. He grounded out to first his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. That'll be the first strikeout by WORTHHAM. Rory White's up now, 2 outs and nobody on. He grounded out to second his first time. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Rich has got it, fires over to first. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. To the bottom of the third we go. We got Lemon, Sonderholm, and Norendorn due up here. Chet is batting .291, a homer, and 11 RBIs. And that's going to be hit out to the left field. Yes, it is out the left field. Way out there. 2 on a 26. That'll be fielding column 1. Nice play by Roy White. Makes a nice running catch. Robs Chet of a base hit. And Sorham comes up, batting .207. He's got 4 homers and 8 RBIs. And Eric gets a hold of this, drives it in the right field. Jackson will play it on the bounce. So the White Sox with their first hit now. Runner down at first. Bill Nordenhen is only batting a .188. 2 homers though and 5 RBIs. Can they get the ground ball? Not much speed on the pads here. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll be Jim's 3rd strikeout. Back to the top of the order we go. And Bob is batting 0 for 1 today, grounded out the 3rd. And not this time against a righty. That's going to be a 10. And that's going to be a single in the right field. And with 2 outs, the question is, can Eric make it down the 3rd? Not much speed. 3. I'll make that 51. $24. Let's see here. 24. It'll be a 46 or lower. He makes it down the 3rd. And he does a nice play by Reggie Jackson. That's a single, and he throws the runner out at 3rd. So that'll end the inning. We go to the top of the 4th. It's still 0-0. We got Munson, Jackson, and Piniella, the heart of this lineup for the Yankees. And Thurman singled his first time up. See Chicago's upcoming schedule there. And it's only a 2-game series against the Yankees. They got 1 more game against the Yankees. And then the California Angels come to town for 2. And then Chicago goes on the road to play 2 games at least out in Oakland. Here's the pitch to Munson. And that's going to be against the lefty. Going to make him a 7. That's going to be a single in the left field. Munson's aboard here with a lead-off single. So Thurman's 2 for 2. Now Jackson's up with nobody out. And Munson down at first. Reggie flew out to center his first time up. And that's going to be against the lefty. It'll be 18. That is going to be a fly ball. Sorry, a ground ball back to the mound. 36. That'll probably be fielding column 1. And it is. So they will get the runner out at first. Munson will get down the 2nd. So Reggie, not what you're paying for, does get the runner in the scoring position. And Lou Piniella's up now. He grounded out the 3rd his first time. And let's see what Sweet Lou can do some damage here against the lefty. 11, he sure does. That's a single in the center field. And see here, Lemon's got a cannon out there. That'll be a 45. Yeah, 45. Hold on here. Yep, 45. And a 37. And Munson's going to stop at 3rd. So we're going to have 1st and 3rd. And 1 out now for Chris Chambliss. Can Chambliss deliver here? If I remember correctly, Chambliss singled his first time up, and he did. Let's see if Chris can come through here. And nope, that's not what they wanted. That's a ground ball back to the mound. And they're going to do the old 1-6-3 double play, folks. That's the 2nd double play the Yankees have hit into. Yankees strand another one. The bottom of the 4th we go. We got Kissinger due up here. followed by Orte and Bonds. And Don is 0 for 1. He grounded out the second. And that's going to be against the righty, 12. And that's going to be a nice play out there by Paul Blair. He robs Don of a base hit. 1 out. And Orte, he struck out his first time up against Jim. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Bucky. He fires over to Chris. And that'll be out number 2. Here comes Bobby Bonds now. Bobby struck out his first time up. And Bonds against the righty. That'll make him a 10. That's going to be a single in the left field. So Bobby gets on with a 2-out single. Brings up Bloomberg now with 2 outs, a runner down at first. Let's see here. Will Bobby stay put here? That'll be a 5-21. I think he's going to take off, try to get in the scoring position here. 21, a 43 or lower. He's safe at 7. And he's out of there as Thurman guns him down. And that'll do it. We go to the top of the 5th. Still no score. We got Nettles due up here, followed by Blair and Dent. Nettles reached on an error his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Johnson. Let's see here. Against the lefty. Yeah, ground ball down to Johnson. Taking himself for out number 1. Brings up Paul Blair now. Blair hit into that 4-6-3 double play last time up. That's going to be a ground ball down to Kissinger. And that'll be 2 quick outs here in the 5th. It's up to Bucky Dent to get something going. He flew out the center his first time up. And he gets a hold of this one, old Bucky. With 2 outs. How far is this ball going to travel? And that's going to be a double into the gap in right field. Bucky with a 2-out double gets in the scoring position. To the top of the order we go. And Willie Randolph. Can Willie deliver here? He's grounded out the first and struck out. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a base on balls. And all of a sudden here with 2 outs, the Yankees are making some noise here in the 5th. Roy White's up now. First and second. White has grounded out the second and to the pitcher. And that'll do it, folks. That'll be hit down the second. Orte goes the short way over to second. That'll end the inning. Yankees strand 2. To the bottom of the 5th we go. Bloomberg's up. He was up when when Bonds got thrown out trying to steal. Then you got Johnson and Lemon. Bloomberg grounded out the short his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes out for out number 1. Johnson's up now. He's grounded out the short his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Nettles. Gray fires over to Chambliss. 2 quick outs. As you can see, the Yankees are batting .282 on the year. They got a .341 on-base percentage, slugging percentage of .457, and an OPS of .798. Chicago's batting .256, .320 on-base percentage, slugging percentage of .464, and an OPS of .784. Here's the pitch to catch. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Chambliss. He calls off Jim, takes it himself. 2 quick outs here. Salterham's up now. No, that was the 3rd out. We go to the top of the 6th. Munson, Jackson, and Piniella. Let's see if they can get something going here. Thurman's doing his part. He's 2 for 2 today. And that's going to be against a 7. That is going to be a nice job by Worthman. That's going to be popped up down the second. Jorge makes the catch for out number 1. First time they gotten Thurman out. Now Jackson steps up. He is flown out and grounded out to the pitcher. And we drop the dice. Makes it an official game here. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Jackson's got it for out number 2. And now it's up to Sweet Lou to come through here with 2 outs. He is 1 for 2, singled his last time up. And that's going to be against a 11. That is going to be a ground ball down the third. Eric's got it, fires over the Johnson. 1, 2, 3 goes the Yankees. Got us a pitching duel here today, folks. As we go to the bottom of the 6th. Worthham, Norndor, and back to the top of the order we go. Eric is 1 for 1 today. And that's going to be a base on balls. Maybe the first walk given up by Jim, and it is. So you got a runner down at first with not much speed to batter. Bill don't have much speed. Can they get a double play? He struck out his first time up against Jim. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left. Roy White makes the play for out number 1. Marinado's up now. He has grounded out and singled his last time up. And that's going to be another fly ball. This one out to Jackson. Now there's 2 outs and a runner still down at first for Kissinger. And as we drop some more dice. And Don is 0 for 2, grounded out and flown out. And that's going to be a comebacker back to the mound, I believe. Yep. That's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out. That'll end the inning. So White Sox strand 1. We 2 to the 7th. Still no score here in Chicago. Just Chambliss. Nettles and Blair do up. Chambliss 1 for 2. Singled and grounded out. And that's going to be against 12. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. That'll be out number 1. Eric's doing a good job down there at the hot corner. Craig Nettles talking about a good glove at the hot corner. He is 0 for 2. He did reach on an air and grounded out the first. And that's going to be a fly ball out the Bonds and right. 2 down here. Blair get on here and get a 2-out rally started. He's grounded out to second and short. And that's going to be another ground ball down the second. And again, the Yankees go down 1, 2, 3 to the 7th inning stretch. No score here in Chicago. Forte, Bonds, and Bloomberg drew up. Jorge is struck out and grounded out to on the short. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Blair in center. Out number 1. And that brings up Barry Bonds and Bobby Bonds. I keep saying that. And Bob, he is 1 for 2. Struck out and singled and got caught stealing his last time up. And he's not going to get caught stealing this time because that ball is hit down first baseline. That's going to drop in. That's going to be a double. Bonds down at second to go ahead run with 1 out. This may be the first time that the White Sox has had a runner in scoring position, if I remember correct. And you see the Yankees' upcoming schedule. They got 1 more game here in Chicago. And they play 2 games in Cleveland. And then they go to Toronto after that. Bloomberg has grounded out and struck out. And that's going to be a 37. That'll be the pitcher. And he is a 1. And that's going to be a rare play with a runner down at second. I have to re-roll some dice here. 37 and a 36. 36 on a 37 is 9. That is going to be hit into right field. Let's see what Mr. Jackson can do out there. And that's going to be a nice play by Reggie. That's going to be a single. Runner scores. Batter takes a long turn, is out in a rundown. So the run will score, though. But that'll be 2 outs. Two outs now and nobody on, but the White Sox take the lead. Greenberg makes a big turn, and Reggie is supposed to be thrown out. Not on here. Try this again. So it's a single in the right. On second scores. And that'll be that. I didn't want him thrown out at third. I want him thrown out at second. Try this one more time here. This should be a single. On second scores. There we go. So now there's 2 down. Johnson's up. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice, the short and third. And that's going to be against the righty. Makes that a 5. And that's going to be a fly ball out the center field. Blair makes the catch. And that'll do it. But White Sox take a 1-0 lead. We go to the top of the 8th. Yankees have got Dent, then Randolph and White due up here. And Wortham's pitching one hell of a game. Can they finally crack him here, folks? That is the question. So here's the pitch to Bucky Dent. And that's going to be a pop up down the second. His counterpart makes the catch. Well, not his counterpart. The second baseman makes the catch for out number 1. Can Willie get something started here? He has walked, struck out, and grounded out. And that's going to be a base on balls. The Yankees will take it. Tying run aboard. Winning run. Go ahead run at the plate. And we're going to do a little bit of hit and run here. How to get something going. And that's going to be a 29 hit and run. And that'll be a 46 on a 1. That'll be fielding column 3 on a hit and run out at first. Runner will make it down to second on the hit and run. He'll throw over to first. Rich will for out number 2. And here's Thurman Munson. One swing at a bat, and he can give the Yankees a lead. He's 2 for 3, 2 singles, and popped up the second. And the captain swings and misses. Big strikeout. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's still a 1-run ball game, folks. And we're going to let Jim try to get through this 8th inning here. Let's see what he can do. He's got Lemon, Surham, and Norendor. The bottom part of the order due up. Chet's 0 for 2 today. And he's going to be 0 for 3. That's a ground ball down to Bucky Dent for out number 1. And Eric steps up to the plate. He's 1 for 1 today. He has singled and walked. And not this time. That's a ground ball down the Nettles. He fires over to Chambliss. 2 quick outs. And now it's Bill's turn here. And Bill is 0 for 2. He struck out and flew out the left. And that'll end the inning. That'll be a ground ball down to Chambliss. He'll take it himself. And we go to the top of the ninth. The Yankees being shut out, but we got the big boys due up here against Worthham. He's going to try to go the distance. Reggie Jackson, followed by Pinella and Chambliss. Reggie's 0 for 3. He has flown out the center, grounded out to the pitcher and the first. And that's going to be a rare play, a 40 on a 42. And that is going to be hit down the second. I have to re-roll here. Jorge. And that'll probably be fielding column 3. 52 on the 7. 52 on a 7. And yep, that's fielding column number 3. That's a single in the second. Over second. Reggie gets on here. The Yankees ain't done yet, folks. So the tying run down at first to go ahead run at the plate now. That'll get the bullpen up in a hurry here. They don't have much of a bullpen, that's for sure. Lurch will get up. The righty. And Hinton, the lefty, will get up. That runner gets in the scoring position. They'll be yanking him. Pitching a shutout here. It's a one-run game. Lou is 1 for 3. He has singled, grounded out the third twice. Here's the pitch to Sweet Lou. And that's going to be a base on balls. And that's going to be it for Rich. They're not going to let him go no more. Now the tying run is at second. Go ahead, run down at first. You got the lefties coming up here. So they're going to go to Hinton. Comes out of the bullpen. One Rich to another. Rich Hinton's going to come in here, the pitch. Can Chambliss deliver here, folks? That's the question. This is Rich Hinton's 13th game of the year. He's 2-0 with 3 saves. He's got a 3.18 ERA. He's got himself a problem here. First and second, nobody else out. Chambliss is singled, grounded out twice. Can Chris deliver? And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes out Chambliss for out number 1. Up to the plate now steps Greg Nettles. Reggie is down at second. A base hit and might score Reggie and tie this ball game up. Nettles has reached on an air, grounded out the first and flew out the right. And that ball is going to be hit down the short. 8 on a 46. 8 on a 46 will be fielding column 2. Fielding column 2. Safe at first on an error. Runners advance 1 base. So we're going to have bases loaded, folks, on the E6 by Kessinger. I think that's his second error of the game. Bases juice. Full of Yankees here. And Paul Blair's due up. Do we pitch hit for Paul Blair? That is the question. I think we're going to let him swing away. So Paul Blair's up. They'll have to bring the infield in. Blair is 0 for 3. He has grounded out 3 times, hit into a double play. He's grounded out the second twice and the short. Can Paul Blair at least get a fly ball here and drive in Jackson? Here's the pitch to Blair. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short again. See if Kessinger screws the pooch this time. And with the infield in, Bases loaded. Let's see what happens here. And that's going to be a single in the left field. Nice job by Blair. Gets it past the drawn in infield, and we got us a tie ball game, folks. Paul Blair delivers. And now it's up to Bucky Dent. Bucky Dent now, can he drive in Lou Piniella from third? Again, the White Sox got to keep the infield in. Here's the pitch to Bucky. And that's going to be a 23. That is going to be hit back to the mound. 21 on a 1. And that'll be fielding column 2. And with the infield in safe on an error, an E1. And that is going to be the ball game, folks. The White Sox have given this ball game away. An E1. And the Yankees win 2. Well, they haven't won yet. Still got to pitch the 9th inning. Base is still juiced. Back to the top of the order. And Willie Randolph. Willie is 0 for 2. He has walked twice. Here's the pitch to Willie. And Willie's going to bust this game open. He squares this one up, folks. And that ball is driven into center field. That'll score Blair easily. And the question is, will Dent get down to third? And he's going to stop at second. So that's a 2 RBI single for Randolph. And he just made this a 4-1 ball game. Still only 1 out, first and second for Roy White. And the wheels just came off the cart for the White Sox here in the 9th. Up 1-0, giving up 4 runs. And Roy White's up. He is 0 for 4. He's grounded out 3 times. Twice the pitcher. Once the second end reached on the fielder's choice. And against the lefty, that's going to be a 7 and an 8. And that's going to be a single in the center field. And see if Dent can score from there. He should be able to. 27. That'll be a 53 or lower. Dental score. He's coming around third to make this a 5-1 ball game. And he's in there. And Willie boy make it down the third. And Willie will stop at second. Nice hit by Roy White. Makes this a 5-1 ball game. All of a sudden, the bats are coming alive here in the 9th. Thurman Munson's up now. Munson's having a good game. He's 2 for 2. He's popped up and struck out. And that's going to be a rare play, probably a 38. That's a pass ball with a PB0. And he's not, so that's going to be a pass ball. The White Sox are just screwing everything up. That takes away the double play. And they're going to play back now just to get some outs. They're not going to bring the infield in. They need to get some outs. Munson with the 1-0 pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And that is going to be he's going to fire over to first. The runners will advance. And the runner's going to hold. Looks the runner's back. Nice play down there by Kessinger this time. Might be too little too late. So now there's 2 outs. And Reggie Jackson's up with runners at second and third. He's 1 for 4. He singled earlier in this inning. Came around to score. And a 35. That's a swing and a miss. He was trying to blast one there. But the Yankees score 5. We go to the bottom of the 9th. It is 5-1 New York. Let's see who's going to come out of the bullpen here. Sparky Lau's coming out of the bullpen. See if Sparky can lock this game down here. He'll be facing the top of the order. Marinello, Kessinger, and Orte. Let's see here if they're going to go to the bench here. And they are. Alan Bannister is going to come off the bench and pitch hit here. Bring in a righty. So Bannister comes off the bench. Hey, what's going on, Ken? So where's Alan at? There's Alan Bannister. So Bannister on the year's batting .250. No homers and 2 RBIs. Sparky Lau, this is his 9th appearance. He's 0-2 with 2 saves with a 1.5 ERA. And that's going to be a ground ball down the nettles. Fires over the Chambliss for out number 1. Don Kessinger's up now with 1 out and nobody on, and the White Sox down by 4 with that 5-run 9th inning by the Yankees. Kessinger 0 for 3, grounded out, flown out, and struck out. And that's going to be another ground ball down the nettles. Not who you want to pick on if you're a White Sox fan. Nettles is one of the best fielding third basemen in the game. Let's see if they're going to let Orte bat here. Do they got anybody else that can play second base is the question. The pitch hit for him. Bannister, who just came in the pitch hit, could play second. Could play second. And let's see. Oh, Alvin Moore is going to come off the bench here. See if Moore can get something done here with 2 outs, a runner down at first. And Moore's batting a .195 with no homers and 2 RBIs. 2 outs and nobody on. And he gets a hold of this one off of Sparky. White Sox ain't giving up without a fight. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Bucky's going to hold on to it. Moore gets a infield hit. And now you got a runner down at first, 2 outs for Bonds. And Bobby is 2 for 3, having a good game. He has singled and doubled in this game. Here's the pitch to Bonds as we drop the dice. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on Bobby. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And he walks the hard way, folks. All of a sudden, Sparky can't get that elusive 3rd out here. 1 more base runner, and the tying run comes up to the plate. And we got Bloomberg up now. Let's see here. Can anybody else play first base? Johnson DH and Bloomberg's DH, and so we can use anybody. So do we want to? We're going to let Bloomberg hit away here. He's 1 for 3. He singled his last time up First and second, 2 outs. Yankees up by 4. Here's the pitch to Bloomberg, and he gets a hold of this one. Damn. And that ball is hit into left field. That'll score more. And Bonds, he'll stop down at second. So now it is 5-2. And the tying run is at the plate, folks. And Johnson, one swing of the bat here as Sparky Lau. All this happening with 2 outs. He gets the first 2 batters out with no problem. Oh, that sucks, buddy. I'll have to look it up here. Let's look it up. Blair. Let's see here. 1, 2. Played 2 full years, and then part of 79 and got traded to the Reds in 79. So he played 78, 77, 78, and part of 79 with the Yankees. As we drop the dice again. I think that's the 3rd time we dropped the dice today. So here we go. The pitch to Johnson rather. Here we go. Sparky needs an out in the worst way, and he's going to get it. That's a ground ball down to Willie. He'll toss it over to Bucky covering. But the White Sox made it interesting. Yankees hold on, 5-2. Look here at the box score. As Tim joins us here. Let's take a look here at this box score. Yankees, 5 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. White Sox, 2 runs, 7 hits, and 3 big costly errors. Yankees did all the damage there in the 9th. Thurman Munson had a nice game, 2 for 5. Yankees were 6 for 13 with runners in scoring position. All 6 of them hits was in that 9th inning, I bet. They left 8 men on base. Bonds and Bloomberg each had 2 hits for the White Sox. They were 2 for 3 with runners in scoring position. And then he left 4 men on base. Jim pitched a hell of a game, picks up his 2nd win, goes 8 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, walked 1, struck out 5. Sparky came in and got the first 2 out easily, and then it ran into some problems. Gave up 2 hits, a run, and a walk. And Worthham goes to 0-2, pitches a damn good game. Look at that, no earned runs at all. All those runs are unearned, folks. 8 innings, 6 hits, 2 unearned runs, walked 3, struck out 2. White Sox gave this game away. Hinton comes in, pitches an inning, 3 hits, 3 unearned runs, and struck out 2. Terrible fielding cost them this game. Let's do some fast play here in the American League. We got the A's traveling to Cleveland to take on the Indians. See what happens out here in Ohio. I didn't want to do that. I want to fast play it. And the A's win 4-3, 9 hits, 1 error. Indians with 3 runs, not 8 hits, and no errors. Then you got the Mariners going to Detroit to take on the Tigers. And the Tigers win big 7-2. over the Mariners. 7 runs, 13 hits, and no errors. The Mariners 2 runs, 13 hits, and an error. And you got the Red Sox traveling to Kansas City. See what happens out here in Missouri. The old show me state. And Kansas City Royals win a close one. What's the star here? A walk-off. Let's see what inning that was. Walk-off in the 9th. Red Sox 1 run on 7 hits and 1 error. Kansas City 2 runs on 13 hits and 1 error. So they had opportunities to bust the game open. They just couldn't get her done. White Sox were 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position, left 7 on. And Kansas City wasn't much better, just 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position. They left 9 men on base. And now you got Baltimore traveling out to Minnesota to take on the Twins. See what the Orioles can do here. And the Orioles win 5-3 on 10 hits and no errors. The Twins, 3 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. Dennis Martinez goes 11 innings, folks. 11 innings. You won't see that nowadays. Look at his line here. Martinez, 11 innings, 9 hits, 3 runs, walked 3, struck out 10. El Presidente. Nice job. Then you got the Brewers taking on the Rangers in Texas. And the Rangers win 4-3 on 9 hits and no errors. The Brew Crew 3 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. And the last game here in the American League is the California Angels traveling off to Toronto to take on the Blue Jays. Old George Brett's brother's pitching in this game, Ken Brett. And the Angels lose big time. What's the star for? Toronto Blue Jays. Gardy, he hits a grand slam. The Blue Jays turn 4 double plays. Darn. Blue Jays 10 runs, 15 hits, and an error. And the Angels 6 runs, 10 hits, and no errors. Take a look here at the standings and the leaderboard. After May 15th, Yankees are 3 games up on the Red Sox. Tigers are 4 games back. The Brewers 5.5. Blue Jays 7.5. Orioles 10.5, and the Indians 13. And out west, the Twins are 4 games up on the White Sox. A's are 5 games back. California Angels 6.5. Kansas City Royals 7.5. The Rangers 8.5, and the Mariners are 9 games back. Ralph Garr is leading the American League with a .378 batting average. Reggie with his 12 home runs. And Jim Rice with 36 RBIs leading the American League. Dave Gotts for the Twins with a .077 ERA. Larry Sorensen with 6 wins, and the Goose with 9 saves leading the American League. Jim Rice is leading in the MVP voting, and Sorensen's leading in the Cy Young. I want to thank Ken Castro, Aaron Reed, Cleveland baseball fan Tim. Check out his channel and Aaron Reed's channel. And I believe that was everybody, as Aaron Reed was the first one in the stadium. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Yeah, they are starting to come through now with the month of May, ain't it, Ken? Starting to show up. Yep, I agree with you. Can't wait until I get to the month of May in that Bats League. And if you haven't already, hit that like button and leave a comment. Until next time, folks, you all have a great afternoon and take care.